Can you flirt? Can you tell when people are flirting with you? I can't. Welcome to Tag Weekly, which is supposed to be a topical weekly episodic series. I sometimes forget the topics. That's why here in week 7, it's Valentine's Day. Okay, not really, but the topic is Valentine's Day. Because Valentine's Day this year, something kind of hit me. And it made me think about things and my past relationships. So, first off, I have to say, if you guys have a topic for me in the future, let me know in the comments down below, and I will get to it. Maybe even next week. There's some topics I have that I don't want to do just yet. So, yeah, unless you guys force me to, I'm not going to say which ones yet. But obviously, we're going to talk about Valentine's Day for a bit, and then we'll talk about the to-do list and the former tag blog goals. But first, let's go over the topic, Valentine's Day. So this year's Valentine's was definitely better than last year's, seeing last year's was really the only a few months from my grandmother's passing. There was still a lot of knock-on effects with that, dealing with paperwork still, dealing with a ton of stuff. So this year was the first since her passing and all the stuff that followed it, where I kind of felt that tinge of loneliness. Not the loneliness of there aren't people around, but the tinge of I would like someone in my life who I could share and grow with, and a relationship, And as I thought about that, I also looked back. And I've always had I don't want to call it lame, and I don't want to call it an excuse either. But I have the inability to tell when people are flirting, or if I'm even flirting, to be truthful. Because a lot of the time, growing up, I just found myself kind of just going with the flow. And throughout high school, true story, I had someone who liked me and supposedly flirted with me every day for a good amount of time. We're talking years, I think. Now, this has been a while since I had this conversation with the person, but this person literally told me, oh, yeah, I liked you throughout high school. I even flirted with you all the time. And I just thought you weren't interested. Nope. I didn't know you were flirting. I can't tell flirting. I legitimately can't tell flirting. And obviously, I've heard people say, well, there's obvious signs. Every time people talk about the obvious signs of flirting, I don't see them. And sometimes I don't even know if I'm flirting, because sometimes I feel like my personality of just joking, some people will say, oh man, you're flirty. I am? Is that flirting? I didn't know I was doing that. Is there a switch? Did I switch something on and off? Am I a robot? Did I get a firmware update? And I found myself also coming to a realization that why the flirting thing I've joked with saying, oh yeah, I'm like an anime protagonist. I can't tell anything. Someone's flirting with me, I'm like one of those anime protagonists who just, nope, no clue. Not at all. Oblivious to the core. But I also found myself questioning, the fact is, all my relationships throughout life has been, for the most part, just people saying, oh, you two are good together, and a relationship forms. Or I'm friends with them, and we really get along, and a relationship forms. I don't think I've truly just met someone that made me want to ask them out. And recently, I've been thinking about someone in particular, someone I do have a crush on, which is kind of a weird word to use when you're past high school, past college. Crush feels kind of weird to me to say, but it's not like it's wrong by any means. But it's one of those things I question, like, yeah, I know why I shouldn't ask them out. I don't have a job yet. Things are going in my life. I am trying to focus on getting a job, working on content creation, working on this. But I also know, like, maybe when I find a job, it also wouldn't hurt. Also, I need to get past my fear of rejection, which I do have. I definitely have a fear of rejection. Probably the reason I never ask anyone out that I like. That's not true. I've always tried to get to know people first, I guess would be the better way to put that. But I do have a fear of rejection. And I think that's just core. But my question for you guys is, can you tell when people are flirting? Can you tell when you yourself are flirting? And how? Are you like me where you can't tell? Or at one point were you like me where you couldn't tell flirting and then you learned how? And if so, give me the secrets. Is there a firmware update? Let a robot know. Okay, I'm not a robot, but still. It's one of those things that as I question, there is someone I think, like, man, when I have a job, cool. I would like to ask this person out. But I also don't know, how do I know they like me? How do I even approach that subject? And I realize right now that Valentine's Day made me question all these things. And I want to know if you guys have ever had something similar, if you can relate, and what you did or didn't do to help me to better understand the situation and my thought process, guys. But I hope that rambling was somewhat clear. But yeah, throughout it, Valentine's Day, I kind of just found myself looking back at past relationship, past mistakes, areas I've grown in, and kind of where I want to go, because I know deep down I would like another relationship, but I also know there are things I need to do first before I get to that point. But other than that, guys, let's actually go over some other less fun stuff. I know that topic was kind of quick, but I really want to know your opinions and questions on this. And obviously down in the comments down below, if there's a lot of questions, I could always answer this in a part 2, or I'll just respond to them in the comments if there's, not that many to make a whole second Valentine's Day part 2 for Tag Weekly. But now let's actually talk about former Tag Blog goals. Lose weight. I say this every week. I'll have an episode about weight loss when I get there. Just not yet. Unless you guys force me to. Hopefully not. Find a job. I'm looking. But unfortunately, I can't go to a company and be like, hey, I work for you now. Pay me. Wish it worked like that. It just doesn't. Get a video sponsor. Now, this is a big goal. This is a big time. My channel's reached a certain level where a company would like to sponsor a video or sponsor the channel. That would be amazing. Smog UKA. Go to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Digimon event. I've done it. I've actually done it. I did go to an event. A Yu-Gi-Oh! Event. An Edison one. Now, this is kind of weird because it says go to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Digimon event. And the first one was not held in the store, but online. So, yeah. I did do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Event. I did go to I guess I didn't go to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Event. I participated in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Event. So I don't think that counts. But they will be doing store ones, I think, 2 weeks' time. So next month, I guess. Anyway. Outside that, Smart UK can let me know if that actually counts. But Urza, collab with the Yu-Gi-Tuber with 5k plus subs on both channels. That would be another milestone if someone with 5k plus subs saw this channel and thought, I would like to be on their channel and I would like them on my channel. That would be another milestone, just like a video sponsor. That's big. Get to 500 subs. I know the road 500 stuff has kind of been, I haven't talked about it as much. The to-do list will explain why, and we'll get that in a minute. But 355 subs, I still appreciate every subscriber I get, and we are on the road to 500. To-do list. Obviously, finish your channel visuals. This is because I'm going to keep this on here because visuals don't just mean what you see on the channel, but also like emotes and stuff, and I have a couple I want to work on. So until those emotes are live, I will keep this here as kind of a footnote. I don't know if that's the right word, but as kind of a reminder. Update all Discord roles with Twitch until all those Twitch roles are fully implemented. Yeah, we won't see this disappear. Each series' own identity ties into the next one, which is releasing an episode for every series. I want to make sure over the next month or two, I release an episode for every series still running on this channel and have an identity shown. Have an actual identities for each series, for each, episode, that in the next episode will kind of reveal the identity, will show you guys kind of what I'm building and working towards. And, these are kind of tied into each other, and I hope you guys understand. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this episode and this series and the topic down in the comments below, as well as answering all my other questions I had, and hopefully this rambling mess made some sense. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, tag out. A special thank you to all my Patreon supporters, Urza, and if you're interested in supporting the channel, wanting to see content early, or just to make me re-record this because I'd have to add another name to the list, check out Patreon and link description below.